Hi, my name is Temi. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is another episode of Talks with Temi, and I have my best friend Katie. I'm so excited to chat with her, and I'm so excited for you guys to meet her. And yeah, just sit back and join the conversation. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Thank you for making the time to be here.
Thank you for having me.
I feel like I see you once in a blue moon.
Literally.
Like, actually.
I plan on that. It makes the conversations more fun.
That's true. We have more to yap about after that. Okay, so how's work?
It's a part of life, unfortunately.
Oh.
And fortunately.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thankful to Jesus that he's given me this job, but I hear a lot of complaints. So, I'm a nanny. So,
Okay.
I hear a lot of teenage girl complaints and elementary schoolers.
Yeah. Elementary schoolers.
Yeah, Catalina's still in
Oh,
elementary.
yes, gotcha. Sorry, my bad. But aside from that, there's also good news going on in your life.
Yes, there is.
Your wedding planning, how's that going?
So stressful. So much more stressful than I ever thought it would be. I thought I would have, honestly, in all transparency, way more fun. I'm having pretty much zero fun planning. It's been awful.
Yeah, it's the planning side
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, I'm doing it pretty on my own for the most part because we're not getting a wedding planner. So yeah, all the decor, everything will be on me. So
Well, you're doing great.
thank you.
And I've seen the dress.
Thank you.
Dude,
I hand altered my own dress,
Yes, you
my own
did.
wedding dress.
it's so good. Yeah, so good. How did you guys meet?
We met on Hinge. Womp womp. I know. Dating app. Everyone in 2025. Well, I took it the rebel route of not FaceTiming him, calling him, getting a picture from him or anything. I just set up a time and place in the middle of literally nowhere. It was a bowling alley in the middle of nowhere. Why I chose bowling, I don't know. But I'm awful at bowling. And he is too.
Just the vibes.
And I remember my mom was saying, like, you haven't even FaceTimed him. This could be like an awful person. And blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it's just
It is
worth
what it is.
it's worth the ride.
You were bold. You were bold.
Far more bold than I am now. Yeah, so I was an hour late to our first date, actually. I did not consider the amount of traffic to get into the middle of nowhere. And I texted him saying, like, I'm so sorry. We could cancel this date and reschedule it. And he's like, don't worry, I haven't even left yet. He actually showed up an hour early to our date. So he was waiting in the parking lot for 2 hours.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually I got there, though, and I then realized how awkward it is to bowl and date at the same time because you're, like, talking to each other for 5 seconds and being like, like, trying to bowl right after. It's like, there's only so much to be said when you're like, oh, missed it. Got it. Like, but we actually hit it off from the start. He gave me flowers on a first date, which, if you're a guy watching, I suggest doing that. It
Green
was
flag.
good crowd pleaser overall.
Yeah.
And then we decided to do an impromptu, like, picnic. And he had brought picnic equipment, but we didn't have any, like, beverages. So we were like, oh, we'll stop by H-E-B, pick up some drinks, you know. And so we put it into our phones and planned to meet there.
Yeah.
And we showed up at 2 different H-E-Bs, completely apart from each other. We pressed the wrong ones. And I was, like, wandering around H-E-B being like, did he just ditch me? And he was thinking the same thing.
Aww.
And then eventually we called each other and we're like, hey, like, we're outside. And he drove to meet me at the H-E-B. I picked the better H-E-B. We got drinks and we went to a picnic at his university. And it was super fun. And I talked for 3 hours straight without a word on a first date. So
Nice.
it just proves that you can never say the wrong thing to the right person.
Yeah.
Because I said a lot of wrong things in the first date.
You're like, this is me. Take it or leave it.
Yeah, I laid it out from birth
Yeah.
to then. So
Nice. Well, I'm so happy for you.
thank you.
I'm so proud of you, too. I feel like we've just seen each other through so many different phases.
A lot.
And I'm like, this is so cool to see you go from where we were at, just growing up in church and trying out different churches, meeting different people, and now here.
Exactly.
Like, you're getting married. We're adulting.
I can't even believe it myself.
Oh my gosh.
You're next, though.
Oh no.
You're next. I'm plotting.
Did I tell you I'm actually not dating for the rest of the year?
Cut the cameras. Unacceptable.
No, because I have like 3 months left for school, so I'm just gonna focus on that. I get too stressed. I can't. And I also know that, I don't know, there's a theory that people get engaged in their last semester of nursing school.
That's very true.
Yeah, and I'm not ready for that yet. Like, I want marriage. I want marriage, but I'm not there yet. I'm not. So I'm like, okay, if I'm to date, I would rather date someone who I'm like, oh, you are someone I do see a future with, instead of just wasting time. And at the moment, I don't even have time to go on a date. So I'm like, I'm just gonna 3 more months, thug it out, graduate.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Find
then
your
meet
place.
a PA in the hospital or something. I don't know.
Okay. I hear subtle planning in that.
Anyways, well, we should probably say how we met. Like, we met sophomore year. Was it?
I think
of high
I was a
school?
freshman, you were a sophomore, because you were
Yes.
right ahead.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
And then it was at church. And do you remember the time we did our little sermon?
Oh my goodness. I plan to forget that one day. It still haunts me.
Dude, I think I saw the video or the live. We did a sermon at church, our youth group. This was post-COVID, I think.
Yes.
Because this was time that we had a lot of time hanging out together during COVID. We'd always just meet up. And then she would always cook musubi for me.
She wasn't allowed to eat pork, and Spam has pork in it, and she had no clue.
I was allowed, and I just thought we weren't. And I told my mom, and she's like, what? My mom doesn't like eating pork. And then I took that as I didn't like eating pork growing up. And then she told... I just remembered the day that you were like, I was like, what's in this? And you were like, pork. And I was like, I'm not allowed to eat. I've had like 5 or 10.
I used to live at Timmy's house, basically, so I brought it every single day. Like,
oh my gosh, that was so funny. I literally froze. I was like, I'm not allowed to eat this. And you were like, Tammy, I've been giving you pork this whole time. And you're like, oh, I was like, oh my gosh, no. And then my mom was like, no, you can't eat pork. We didn't have like any religious thing saying we couldn't. But that was so funny. But it made me love her more because I love rice. And musubi has rice in it. And she would always feed me.
That's how I keep you going.
She always fed me, and I was like, I feel so safe. But yeah, COVID was great. It was awful, but like it was great for our friendship because I feel like we really grew closer to each other during that time. And we started skating more, and then I think I was just like, you know what we need to do? Talk to our friends about living life as like Christians and not just, saying that they are Christians. Oh my God, I'm like crying from laughing. And we were like, yeah, let's do it. And then we made slideshows. We told our youth pastor we wanted to do it. And like none of our classmates really did that back then. Nobody. I think we were the only ones who did that. And our youth pastor was so excited for us. And then it came to the day of doing it. I was so nervous. I was like, wait, what did we actually just sign up to do?
It was all a blur. To this day, I barely
gosh.
remember what we've said. I just remember nobody cared that much.
They were all just like
talking to each other on their phones.
Yeah, and Katie and I were looking at each other like
oh my goodness. And I think we made it for like an hour-long speech or something.
I think so.
Long. And he was like, you have 5 minutes.
We're like, there's
That's
so much
great.
more to be said. But we did it. I think that was really good. We did it.
Yeah,
and
we did it.
We've been through, I can't even count how many like friend groups we've both experienced together.
Yeah.
We started with First Baptist, then what was the next one?
That was it. We just can't count.
No, but wait, we had a whole like moment of trying to figure out.
I feel like it's been the same friends, just in different group settings.
Yeah.
Like we've all grouped into side groups, but all of the same people, like ultimately.
Yeah.
But then, to a different church.
Yeah, I was about to say we tried like 4.
Yeah.
We tried a lot of different.
We were
churches.
church hoppers.
Yeah, we were
Rebels.
But this was also. But this is also a time when we were looking for young adult groups because we graduate. I feel like almost every church has this, or at least most churches, where you graduate high school and it's like, now what?
Yeah.
Like you go through youth groups every Wednesday and church camp every summer. and then you graduate and it's just college and you go back home and you're like, okay, who are my people now? Because then, your friends move out and I don't know, it was just it was a little blur for us. So we're like, we need to find a young adults group. And I didn't really like the one at our church at that time because I didn't know the people. I
Yeah.
was just like, I wasn't clicking or anything.
I feel like we graduated and then we immediately were expected to hang out with 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
And that was a very weird transition.
Yeah, it was. I was like, oh, you guys are in a different phase in life than I am. Like, I'm just trying to figure out where to get my next meal, which I already know because my mom's cooking it. So.
Or me making musubi.
Like, Katie's coming over soon. But yeah, that was odd. But we figured it out, I think.
Yeah.
I think we still kind of church hop a little bit.
Yeah.
Even now. It's like in our blood. But
It's just fun.
yeah.
I would suggest it to anyone watching. Just like occasionally if you're feeling fancy, put on your best outfit. Make it a hashtag.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're like it's okay. But yeah, I would recommend that too to just young adults out there, especially people who just graduated high school and stuff. Like, if you feel like you want to stick at your church and they do have a young adults group, then great, go for that. But also, like, there's so many more people out there for you to meet, and like just great people too. Like, every church has their own, just great people to meet. And just do it. Just go out, join a young adults group, or you don't even have to join a group. Sometimes they just have things happening, like Revive at UT. That's really.
Mm-mm.
We know where we're going.
I'm getting inspired right now.
But like Revive at UT has their young adults group on Wednesday nights, I think, and it's really just show up, they worship, read the Bible, talk about it, and then you go home. And it's nice, and you don't have to necessarily mingle, but you can if you want to because you're around people.
I feel like that's what they always say though. And then they put you into like a 2-person group and you're expected to say something and you're like, I didn't sign up for this.
But that would be the smaller ones. Like Parkway, I think that's happened with Parkway a little bit, where it's like now you're in a little group and you have to like share, and I'm like, oh, like I feel so seen right now. And but the bigger ones is just like you show up, and that can, there are pros and cons to it, of course, where it's like, okay, now I don't feel seen because like there's so many people. But then there are times when it's like, this is too intimate, like I'm not ready for that yet. But yeah. What church are you going to right now?
That's a good question. Because I'm gonna move to Dallas when I get married, I'm in the church hopping business right now. Again. So occasionally I'm going to Pflugerville First Baptist with my mom when I'm here. And then sometimes I'll take the drive out to New Braunfels. Braunfels? I don't know. We're making it new. And go to Springs Community Church, which, if you can, you should try that church because chef's kiss.
Yeah.
The Lord is speaking wisdom through that church. Biblical wisdom. Like, purely through the Bible. But then in Dallas, I've been searching all around. We're not really set on a church yet. And I think we might be leaning towards Watermark Church, but it is a mega church.
Yeah.
It's multiple buildings. It's insane. It's really good messages, but it feels a little overwhelming when you walk in, especially when you're late. Like, even if you're actually on time, you will still be in the overflow and then watching it on a screen. And then you're, like, thinking to yourself, like, I could have been at home watching it on a tinier screen. Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm searching still.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you will be moving to Dallas?
Yes. You too. Moving, kidnapping.
Dude, wow, that's exciting though. I think Watermark would be a fun experience.
Yeah, you'll love it. You'll love it. I'm finding a church for us. That's what I'm trying to say.
You'll experience it too. Dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do if you're like far away like that. We'll never been that far.
Even less blue moons. That's gonna be sad.
That's gonna be so sad. But
better talks.
The reunions would be very fun.
Yeah.
We would make the most out of those times because, like, okay, this is a Katie day. Okay, this is a Temmie day. Like, I feel like it would be fun. Dude, remember when we would always just imagine, like, having baby bumps together and having our houses?
I am trying to tell Kyle that. I'm trying to rush you. That's why I'm also stressed about wedding planning. I need you to be on my side. I need to plan for both of our weddings here. You know, maybe I'll like just have a groom waiting for you at my wedding just in case. Just in case.
We still have the original plan. Dude,
Yeah.
she saw someone at a church and basically was like, "This is your future husband." I'm
It
not
made
kidding.
sense
She's
right then and
she
there.
is still convinced that that person's my husband, and I'm just like, I don't think he is. He's great, low-key kind of dream guy,
Yes.
but like, I don't know.
Good thing you don't have to think. I know. So when I saw him, it was at like a membership course at a church. I knew the second he spoke, I was like, oh, so this is Timmy's husband. This is her husband. And now it makes sense. Any exes gone. This is her future husband. And she just won't admit it. Like, what's up?
Can't accept.
Comment down below.
Subscribe if you think it is. We'll see. I mean, time will tell.
Yes, it will.
I've had a conversation with him. He's pretty cool, but
Don't downplay it like that. You know, I saw real heart eyes come out.
oh my god.
Dunk, 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 dunk. And she's like, yeah, he's fine. He's all right.
Okay, he was pretty cool.
Even your sister Tito, even she
yeah,
knew.
Tito. He made a good impression on her, and
He really
they
did.
hadn't even like met yet. So
That's a big deal.
Yeah, that is a pretty big deal. I was kind of impressed by that. And I told him that. I did.
You did?
I did.
Wow.
Thanks. Anyways, good stuff. So, we talked about favorite verses earlier. What was one
Yes.
of yours you mentioned?
Yes, it is Galatians 2:20 through 21. Should I say it now?
Can I speak?
Do I have the cue? Go. Um, it's,
yes, go for it.
I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I now live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. I do not set aside the right... Blah. Oh my goodness. Jesus, please speak through me right now. I do not set aside the grace of God, for if righteousness could be gained through the law, Christ died for nothing. You found it that fast?
Yeah, I had it.
Oh.
Before.
It's like, oh my goodness, God is speaking through you.
Imagine, I always struggle finding books in the Bible.
I have to sing a song to find it.
That's pretty good, though.
It's very helpful, actually.
Yeah. But that's a good verse. Why did you choose that one?
I chose that. Great question. Great question. I chose that because the day before I became a Christian and accepted Jesus into my heart, I read that exact verse, and it was as if it was a foreign language to me. I could not understand a single word in it, and I just didn't even think past that. The next day, I accepted Jesus into my heart, and he obviously opened my eyes and my heart to that verse, and I read the same verse the next day, and it felt like I lived it. I could feel it for the first time. It was the first verse that brought emotion, that I could feel, that I could live, and I felt like God truly spoke to me through his word in that moment, and it's been my favorite verse ever since. So,
That's so good.
thank you.
So good. Actually, that reminded me of something your mom mentioned where it's like we were talking about ministries, and I was going to ask you is like what's something you've been doing lately where you feel like it's helping you grow closer to God in your faith. And I don't know why, but your mom popped up in my head where she was talking about like your kids being your ministry, like how a lot of people want to change the world and they want to do something out there and make an impact and like be the change and stuff, but like not realizing it starts with the people around you. Like if you don't, even if you don't go out that much, even if you like are just around your family, like that means your family is your ministry. Anyways, just wanted to throw that out there. But where's somewhere in your life right now that you feel like is really impacting your faith, or like you are putting a lot of energy into it to help your faith, something like that?
To help my faith?
Yeah. Where you feel like you're growing your faith because of it, or you're serving or stuff like that.
That's honestly, to be fully transparent, it's been pretty tough lately. I feel like I've had a ton of distraction with doom scrolling and just watching the next Netflix show and just always trying to find the next thing that will make me laugh and smile and, you know, almost numb myself. And I've been kind of stuck in that. So the thing that's been bringing me closer to God, I think as of recent, is I deleted all social media. I've deleted pretty much all of my entertainment things, blah, 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 on my phone. And that is tough. That is way tougher than I ever thought. I was like itching for it the first few days because like
Withdrawal.
I'm a functioning phone addict is what I like to say, because I genuinely constantly am on my phone. My phone is constantly in my hand. And I realized after reading some of the book that you actually lent me, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, that it's desensitizing and basically just destroying my spiritual life with Jesus. So I've been trying really hard to to get rid of those distractions one by one or all together if I think I can handle it, and just rooting myself in being quiet for the first time in so long, as I'm literally speaking this whole entire time. But you knew what I mean, like
yes.
more metaphorically. And just listening to what God's really been telling me in my life. And I realized that a lot of the stresses in my life were because I was constantly trying to numb that stress rather than defeat it through God's word. And so I'm slowly, step by step, getting there, and it's working. But I'm still new, so it's definitely been a rocky road, a big struggle.
I hear you. Thank you for being so honest. Oh my gosh, that's something that I feel like a lot of us do go through, especially the doom scrolling. Like, you don't realize how much it affects you and kind of just numbs your brain in a way. Like, you really do get desensitized to it. But yeah, that's so bold of you.
Thank you.
You're literally going through withdrawal right now.
Sorry.
And you're doing great. You're doing great. And I think you're making a huge impact too, in especially the lives of the kids you're babysitting, or sorry, not babysitting, nannying.
It's a job.
Yeah. Especially in their lives, like, I feel like you are such a huge impact to them. And I think lately I realized that kids they don't mean to, but they idolize the people that take care of them.
Definitely.
Like, they look up to you, and I think you're such a great person for them to look up to. And I think you were someone I look up to as well, even till this day.
Thank
you really do. Like, you impacted my life a lot, and I saw you like growing. And even when you were trying to figure out what you wanted, and you were so like, what's the word? You knew what you wanted, and you went for it. And I was like, dang, Katie, like, you're bold. like, oh my gosh, like, I need to be bold like that. And it inspired me. And even the way you dressed and you carried yourself, like, you just grew into such an amazing woman of God, and I admire you so much. And I want you to know that. I really do want you to know that. And you helped me a lot. Like, I don't think I would be the Tammy I am today if I didn't have our friendship.
Well, all glory to God. Obviously.
Literally.
Literally.
We met at church. We grew up at, like,
we'd be mortal enemies if it wasn't for God.
Yeah. But no, really, I feel like he was the foundation of our friendship, and we have grown so much because of him. And I'm so grateful for that. And yeah, 7 years now.
I think 8, right?
Whoa.
Yeah.
We're
getting old.
You're my what's the word? My longest relationship. Wow.
I hate to break this to you, Timmy. I'm almost.
Dang, I wish I brought Kyle on here now. So he would have. I don't know if he would have spoken.
He's so bad in front of the camera. I love you, Kyle. If you're watching this,
like, I don't know if he would have really talked that much, but
he would have just been like,
yeah, I can see him
on the
just
side.
nodding. Like, he looks at
Agree.
you answer for both of y'all. He's like,
he disagrees once, and I'm like, we'll talk about this after the podcast.
Later, honey. But yeah, I mean, do you have any advice that you would like to give a young adult, a high school student, medical student watching this right now with where you're at?
Yes. Let me think about it. Definitely, I do. I would probably say I've been telling the little girls that I nanny that because they're entering middle school and high school, everything embarrasses them, and they have such a lack of confidence overall, because it's like, if you don't dress the same as everybody else, you are an embarrassment, and everything gets in your head. That it's really not that deep at the end of the day. And when you walk with confidence, everything else is just worth it. I feel like just you don't have to think about embarrassing yourself when you have confidence. And I think I find myself in the same situation. I'm telling these girls this, and then I find myself being like, oh my goodness, that's so embarrassing, or this is not worth it because I'm gonna embarrass myself. But truly, if God's calling you to do it, it might be embarrassing in the moment, but will always be worth it. So
Yeah,
just yeah,
that's
if you're
so
feeling
good.
like you need to go and do that thing through God's word, don't just like take my words and
Or
just be
social
like, I can
media
do everything.
words. Yeah.
Yeah, but just really follow through. Don't think
Hmm.
of the embarrassment, because
Yeah, that's so true. I used to be so embarrassed with everything when I was in middle school.
yeah,
Everything. Girls were
the
dressing
entire world
cuter
is
than me, and I
embarrassing.
literally thought it was, yeah, everything. I was like, oh my gosh, everyone's looking at me right now. Everyone's like, they know I'm here. They didn't care. They didn't care.
They truly are thinking about themselves more
Yeah,
than they're thinking about you.
exactly. Like the way you're thinking about you and not looking at the other person, that's usually what really happens. Especially when it comes to like, those moments when God's like told that person like God loves them or something, or like ask them if they have a prayer request.
Yes. Oh
Like
my
go pray
goodness.
for that person. And you're like, oh my gosh, like I can't like I can't just go up to them and ask them what they need prayer for. Like that's just, and then you start thinking all about it. Like just do it. That
Really, just do
just
it.
do it. Don't think
Yeah.
too much into it because that person probably really does need that. It's probably gonna make them feel seen, and maybe that's what they were praying to God for that day. Like
Mhm.
if someone was to come up to me and be like, someone did do that. She was like, I just want you to know, like God loves you and He sees you. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. I was like, I actually needed that. How'd you know? Like that little things like that, and it can impact a life. So
Yeah. Or sometimes it just blesses you by following God's
exactly.
word. You
Mm-hmm.
know, sometimes that person doesn't need it in the moment, but you needed to tell it.
Yep.
So,
Hey, you ate.
thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. Okay. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me and like, being here. I don't know. I think this is great and I think we all had good things to say and I'm so glad that the world world
The whole
the
world is
whole world
watching
knows.
this right now.
I'm so glad that I am able to just share my friendship with you and other people. I feel like this is something that's good and healthy and needed in the world right now.
Yeah.
So it
I truly
exists.
feel like God is leading you into doing this.
Thanks.
So,
Thank you. So, and pray. If you're someone who is looking for like friendships and stuff and you really just have not found your person, pray. I feel like praying was something I did for so long, especially with just other female friends. I think we've both had our share of just toxic female friendships and I just kept praying to God for like a good friend and he blessed me with you and I'm so happy to be able to sit here with you today and have this conversation with you and really just know that you are my best friend and I hope I'm yours. I don't know,
eh,
but
runner up.
yeah.
I'm joking.
Only because you're getting married to yours, but yeah, like just keep praying for this friendship because I think God knows who is gonna click well with you, and God knows who it is that does need your friendship as well. So He would be the matchmaker, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, bye.
Bye.